So today, boys and girls, we're going to be taking a look at this Griffin 25. You got two different versions, as you guys can see, a top airflow version and a non-top airflow version. But yeah, as far as comparisons goes, comparing the 25 to the 22, this sucker is larger. Obviously, it's 24 millimeter at the base, and then above that, it turns into 25 millimeter in diameter. You got more room to build on, 17 millimeter versus 16 millimeter on the 22. This thing holds more juice, 5 milliliter, actually a touch over 5 milliliter. Now, people are running around going, oh, the Griffin 25 holds 6 mils of juice. No, it doesn't. Not the ones that I own. Like I said, a touch over 5 milliliter. Geek Vape, cut that shit out. I cannot stand false marketing. Stop pulling numbers out of your ass. So yeah, I gotta say, I've really been digging this black version, this black Griffin 25. I love the adjustable airflow up top. Now, one thing I do not understand, Geek Vape, if you're watching, why did you offer two versions? Why didn't you just offer one, okay? Just one with the adjustable airflow up top versus having two versions. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because you can always close the airflow up top if you don't need it. I don't know. Maybe just you guys produce some of these at the beginning, the ones with the no adjustable airflow up top, and you didn't want them to go to waste. That's the only thing I could think of, but I think it's pointless. Just my 2 cents. The build I have in this 25 is a dual Clapton build. She's reading at 0.2 ohms. I'm vaping her at 55 watts. The airflow at the bottom is about halfway open and about a quarter of the way open up top all across the board. Here we go. Alrighty, so here's the packaging for this Geek Vape Griffin 25. Now, the first thing you are going to notice is look at the box. Look how much scratches, how many scratches are on this thing. It's awful. And you know, I received 3 to 4 of these bad boys. They were all like this. They came to me like this. Some of you guys, consumers out there, may be watching going, it's just a box. It's just a plastic box, RiP. What are you getting your panties in a bundle for? Well, you know what? That's where it all starts. Geek Vape, right now, you guys are known to be like the mint. Mint, mint, mint. Your products are fantastic. The engineering, the quality control, the price, even down to the packaging. For the previous products, at least. This is unacceptable. Pop the lid, and what you saw before is this Griffin 25 along with this little box, and inside this box is some extra goodies. But yeah, underneath the lid of that box, you got an extra tool to tighten down your leads. You got an extra plug for single coil mode. That's right, this sucker has single or dual coil mode. You got an extra Pyrex frosted glass tank. And then underneath this tool, you got a baggie of more goodies. And those goodies include a buku of O-rings, an extra plug for your single coil mode, and then you got a 510 drip tip adapter and some extra screws. So here she is, a close-up view of this Griffin 25. Now, a few specs for you. She's primarily made of stainless steel. She comes pre-installed with this clear Pyrex tank. She holds exactly 5.2 mils of juice. The ones that I received hold a touch over 5 mils of juice. She's 24 millimeters at the base in width up to this point, this knurl section, and anything above that up to this point up here, and it's 25 millimeters in width. In height, she's about 65 millimeters with the wide-bore Delaware drip tip that comes with this. And down here at the base, you get your dual adjustable airflow, and in order to adjust that, once it's wide open, you turn to the right and it clicks into place. But once it's wide open, you cannot turn to the left. It stops. And whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the exact same on the other side. At the base, you get your 510 threads, smooth, 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 and you have a gold-plated 510 pin, which is adjustable. And as you guys can see, it says designed and manufactured by Geek Vape. And then underneath that, it says 25. And then you got your serial number down here. Mine is 698. And at the top of this tank, you got quad adjustable airflow. And in order to adjust that, you grab this section right here and you just turn. Whatever you turn on this side is going to be the exact same all across the board. Open her up, close her off, and this section does not click into place. And in order to take the top cap off to fill her up, you grab this section right here and you just turn. And you got 2 giant slots up top to fill her up. And here's the bottom of the top cap. Threads are smooth. Everything about this product is machined fantastic, guys, especially for the price point. Here's your Delaware and wide-bore drip tip. Oh yeah, and this drip tip has about an 11.5 millimeter bore. But yeah, here's the catch cup up top for your wide-bore Delaware drip tip or 510 drip tip adapter that comes with this tank. Again, here's that 510 drip tip adapter. You can pop this in here like so. And once you have the 510 drip tip adapter installed, you can use your standard 510 drip tips. Booyah! But if it gets stuck on its own, you can't pull it out with a drip tip. I'll just use the tool they included and push it out from the base. Boom. Easy peasy, what a sleazy. So back to the adjustable airflow up top, you got your 4 slots on the top cap, okay? And then underneath that, look at these 4 slots. So the airflow travels down through these slots, down through those slots, and hits the top of the coil in the chamber. It's just like the Heracles Plus and the Gemini RTA, as far as the top airflow goes. And down here inside the tank, you got your 4 juice flow control holes. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And these juice flow control holes are larger in the Griffin 22, noticeably larger. And it's easier to adjust them when this sucker's sitting on a mod, but in order to do that, you just grab it, and you turn. Open her up, close her off. And whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same all across the board. Here's just the tank section. Oh, there's Geek Vape. You take this thing apart, you just grab the top, unscrew it. What I really like about this is you have more to grab up top. Here's the version that does not have adjustable airflow up top. Now watch this, it's just like the Griffin 22. You unscrew it, and it's easy right now, but then you get to this section, and look at that. I mean, when you grab a hold of it, you don't have anything to grab a hold of. You're just gonna cut your fingers all up. If you have the Griffin 22, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So not only do you not have adjustable airflow with this version, but it's a bitch getting apart, and you're gonna slice your fingers up, most likely. So here's the tank section all disassembled. Here's the shaft section. You got your padded O-ring down here for the tank to keep everything sealed in. Second top cap, padded O-ring down here underneath there. You got an O-ring on the threads to keep everything sealed in. And here she is, the velocity deck section for this RTA, 17mm in diameter versus the 16mm on the 22. I mean, that's a big difference. To me it is. You got more room to work with. It's got that velocity style deck. Most efficient, easiest to build on. Look at the giant holes, the air holes at the base. Man, you got your peak insulator. Here's your positive connection, your negative connection. Like I said, side mount screws, hex screws, or grub nuts. You got your 4 juice wick channels. Like I said, just like the Griffin 22, but 1mm larger in diameter all across the board, and it does make a difference. You can pop any build in here you want. Not only can you put crazy builds in here, you can put your standard macro build, and it vapes fantastic as well. You got your adjustable wick ring, and I like to keep it all the way down. Alrighty, so I got a dual Clapton build in here, and look at this. Look how much room I have. I've got my adjustable wick ring all the way screwed down, and all I'm going to do with this tool is tuck each end of the wick inside the top of that wick ring. You want to be gentle. You don't want to stuff it, smash it, because then it won't wick efficiently. And you want it going around the air hole, the bottom air hole. You don't want it going into it because then the juice is going to leak out and it's going to block the airflow. And what I usually do is I paint juice on there, get her all juiced up, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm giving this sucker away to one of you lucky random winners. I just pop her on there and then screw her down. And you got to make sure the juice flow control is closed off, which she is not, but now she is. And then all you do from there is just fill her up. And when you're done filling her up, screw the top cap on there, the adjustable airflow top cap. Open her up, drip tip. And then it's off to vaping the Griffin 25. Oh yeah, one more thing before we get back to FaceTime. Like I showed you guys before, you receive 2 of these plugs, and the idea is you can plug one side off and run this thing in single coil mode, but this thing is just pointless. Worthless, that's the word. It's made of silicone. To plug this thing up, it doesn't even fit right. It's awful. Geek Vape, what's the point? Make it to where it fits at least. So that right there, boys and girls, an up close look at this Griffin 25 by Geek Vape. Let's go ahead and take her back to FaceTime. Pro time. Now some of these pros are gonna be redundant, but I love the size. 24mm on this Panzer 200 watt is perfect. It just looks sick ass tits. I love how it looks on this Nano 60 watt TC. No overhang. Flush, flush, flush. Even though there's false marketing, how Geek Vape mentions that this thing holds 6.2 mils of e-liquid. No, a touch over 5, but still, that is a great amount. I love the airflow at the base, how it clicks into place. Click, 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 and you get plenty of it. Plenty of airflow. I love the airflow up top. Perfect amount of restrictiveness. Now some people may not like the fact that it doesn't click into place. The wide bore downward drip tip that comes with this is super comfortable. The 510 drip tip adapter that comes with this, I mean, you can use your standard 510 drip tips, big pro. Just like the Griffin 22, you got plenty of room to build on, even more room, okay? 1mm more room, and also you got more juice flow control. The holes are larger, which means more juice is able to wick to the feed to the wick and to the coil, which means you're gonna get better flavor. I get better flavor. I notice it. It's not a crazy amount compared to the 22, but it's better. The fact that this thing comes with an extra tank, a frosty tank as you guys saw, and a clear tank as you guys see right here, that is a big plus. Oh yeah, and back to the deck. Having that velocity style deck makes it that much more efficient. Anybody can build on this thing. If you can build coils, wrap your coils, installing them is a cinch. Yeah, boy. And like I just mentioned, not only is the flavor killer for this, but it also chucks the tits. What I mean by chucks the tits, the vapor production is freaking killer. Woo! Whee! And as you also saw, it's got top fill, and the top fill is easy to use. You know, I noticed that with the adjustable airflow option, the slots are larger up top. It's just better all around, this adjustable airflow version, but it's easy to fill. I haven't had leaking once. And just like Geek Vape's previous products as far as quality control, this Griffin 25 is pretty much immaculate, especially for the price point. I'm seeing online shops selling it anywhere between 35 and 40 bucks, and this thing is spotless. Whether you go with the black version or the stainless steel. One rinse, one wash, and I was good to go. Hardly any machine oil. And last but not least, this sucker's fit on all my mods, been compatible, sat down flush, and made a connection. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey Rip, if you'd lost this sucker today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is abso-freaking-lutely. This is just as good, if not better, than the Griffin 22. Like I said, looks the tits on this Panzer 200 watt. And no, obviously I have not given this away yet. I can't let her go. I love this mod so much. I get great battery life, and it I don't know, it turns my tassel. But yeah, back to this Griffin 25. Hell yeah, I'd buy it for the price point from what I'm seeing, 35 to 40 bucks. Yeah, even though there was false marketing, this thing is still undeniable. I would definitely buy it. This is RIP Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.